Hey, what's up? It's your boy, 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media. Boy, I saw this and I was like, what the fuck? This is this is big. This is very big. Coming from the Indian Express, Iron Man star Terrance Howard said Robert Downey Jr. owed him $100 million. He took my money and pushed me out. Boy, isn't that fucked up? If this is true, if this is true, that's this is some real fuck shit right here. And everybody thinks that Robert Downey Jr. is a great fucking dude or whatever. And he may not be. Fuck. Look at that. Robert Downey Jr. was not Marvel's first choice for Iron Man. In fact, the actor joined the film after almost everyone else was hired, much against the wishes of Marvel bosses who had famously said that they would not hire the actor with his history of drugs at any cost. Iron Man's roadie actor Terrance Howard, however, was another case, an Oscar-nominated actor who was coming off many hits. He was offered a good deal, reportedly between $3.5 and $4.5 million. This made Howard the highest paid star in the entire movie. He was promised an additional $5 million if Iron Man 2 happened, in which he was supposed to play the War Machine. Yeah, we all know about him getting booted after Iron Man 1 and right before Iron Man 2. And even then, when it happened over 10 years ago, there were stories floating around about how Terrance Howard got fucked over by Robert Downey Jr. This, for me, this is the first time that I've heard what actually went down. So I'm getting more from this article than I've seen any other time. And for him to come out and specifically talk about it, shit, it might be because those Armor Wars is coming with Don Cheadle. And really, that's supposed to be Terrance Howard's part. That's some pretty fucked shit. I'd be pissed too. However, things changed completely when Iron Man became a blockbuster and effectively launched the MCU. While Robert Downey Jr. was welcomed by people with open arms, news started trickling in that Howard's relationship with the MCU was not going as planned. Exactly. When Iron Man 2 finally happened, Howard's role was allegedly cut short, which had an implication on the financial understanding too. While Howard said he had a 3-film contract with Marvel and they were supposed to pay him $8 million for the sequel, all the studio was ready to fork out was a measly $1 million, which was way less than the first film. Oh, fuck. So they just fucking tried to cut him short, period. So basically they try to reduce his screen time and then at the same time cut his pay. Or what they said that they were going to give him, or what he was supposedly owed or promised. Damn. Amid the negotiations with Marvel, Howard called Downey Jr. The story goes that Howard took $1 million pay cut for the first Iron Man so that Downey could be hired and now wanted him to return the favor. Wow. Damn. So Terrance Howard took $1 million pay cut so they can hire Robert Downey Jr. And all he was looking for was for one hand to wash the other. And that didn't happen. Like, you look out for me, I look out for you. That's pretty fucked. I called Robbie and was like, look, man, leaving messages with this assistant, called him at least 17 times that day and 21 the next, and finally left a message saying, look, man, I need the help that I gave you. Never heard from him. Howard told the Rolling Stone in a 2015 interview. Fuck. He got shafted, man. He got completely shafted. And you know what? To be real, I've heard of that happening when people end up blowing up. They end up forgetting who helped them get there. That's some pretty fucked shit. He claimed that the money which was supposed to come to him was now marked for the actor who played Tony Stark. And guess who got the millions I was supposed to get? He got the whole franchise. So if I've actually given him $100 million, which ends up being $100 million lost for me for my trying to look out for somebody. But to this day, I would do the same thing. It's just my nature, Howard added. Damn. And even after he gets fucked over, he said, you know what? If I had to do it over again, I would. Because that's just who I am. And I like to fucking help people out. If this is true, Terrence Howard got done real dirty. And actually, to me, he's a better actor than Don Cheadle. I mean, no offense to Don Cheadle, but if I would have had my pick of Rhodey, it would have been Terrence Howard. And after they got rid of him and I seen that the replacement was Don Cheadle, I was like, well, why the fuck they're going to replace him with him? Out of all people. But you know what? So they say what goes around comes around. He said the same thing in an interview earlier to Adam Cohen. It turns out that the person that I helped become Iron Man, when it was time to re-up for the second one, took the money that was supposed to go to me and pushed me out. They came to me with the second and said, look, we will pay you 1/8 of what we contractually had for you because we think the second one will be successful with you or without you. And I called my friend that I helped get the first job and he didn't call me back for 3 months. I don't even know what to say. That's fucked up. Downey has denied the charges, saying he had nothing to do with the decision to reduce Howard's paycheck. So what do y'all think about this story when you hear how Robert Downey Jr. was helped to get the role of Iron Man, and then when the sequel came around and Terrence Howard was asking for Robert Downey Jr.'s help, Robert Downey just, I guess, ignored him and left him to the wayside to where basically, I guess Howard had to fend for himself with whatever was going on and got shafted. Or basically he got the short end of the stick in this case. And as we all know the story, here comes Don Cheadle. So I just think it's very fucking unfortunate. Like I said, I would rather have seen Terrence Howard in the role. But other than that, that's, you know, for when you hear they got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these kind of stories, it's just one in a million. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this shit in the comment section below. Please share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's your boy, 24/7 with 24/7 Fusion Media. And I'm out. Peace.